I dreamed a dream the other night, a dream of long ago. I saw in all the traveling folk along the open road. His step was light, his head held high to catch the scent of spring, and his voice rang round the countryside as he began to sing. Oh, come all ye tramps and hawker lads, ye gatherers of law, that tramps the country running round, I'm listening on. I'll tell to you a roving tale of sights that I hae seen, far up into the snowy north and south by Gretna Green. I've travelled round the Lothian lands, I've seen the rushing Spey, I've been by Crieff and Callander and by the shores of Loch Tay. I've watched the rain on the border hills and the mist in northern glens, and I bedded down beneath the moon in Corrie's native ken. And I'm often down by Gallowa and round about Stranraer. My business takes me anywhere, sure I travel here and far, for I have a roving in my blood, and there's nothing I do like, as long as I've my daily fare and cleaves upon my back. I'm happy in the summertime beneath the bright blue sky. They're thinking in the morning, at night where I will lie. Old bar or fire or anywhere, or out among the hay. And if the weather does permit, I'm happy every day. I think I'll go to Paddy's Land, I'm making up my mind, for Scotland's greatly altered now, I can't read the wind, but I will trust in Providence if Providence proves true. And I will sing of Erin's Island when I come back to you. Oh, come all ye tramps and hawker lads, ye gatherers of the law, that tramps the country running round, come listen in and all. I'll tell to you a roving tale of sights that I hae seen, far up into the snowy north and south by Gretna Green. I had awoken from my dream, the dawn song had begun. The birds sang out their old songs to greet the rising sun. I lay among the shadows and I thought of days long gone, and those wandering tramps and hawker lads whose days are surely done. Here we go, Tramps and Hawkers off the brand new album. Welcome everybody, glad to see you here. Hope you have a wee bevy. And we'll do another song, then we'll do a little check-in and see what the roll call is. Alrighty. So here's a maritime song by one of my favorite singer-songwriters. Let's check the... Lovely, lovely to be with you on a Saturday night. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to me that you have a lot of options, entertainment options, and I'm glad that you're here with me on a Saturday night. Alrighty, leave that on. All right, let the looping begin. Okay, here we go. Lupus Maximus. Couple in the next room bound to win a prize. Been going at it all night long. Well, I'm trying to get some sleep, but these motel walls are cheap. Thinking Duncan is my name, here's my song. Here's my song. My father was a fisherman, my mom was a fisherman's friend, and I was born in the borderland of childhood. When I reached my prime, I left my home in the maritime, headed down the turnpike for New England, no New England. Holes in my confidence, holes in the knees of my jeans. I was left without a penny in my pocket. Oh, hey, I was about as destitute as a kid could be, and I wished I wore a ring so I could hawk it. I'd like to hawk it. Saw a young girl in a parking lot, preaching to a crowd, singing sacred songs and reading from the Bible. I told her I was lost, and she told me all about the Pentecost. I seen that girl with the road to my survival. Later on the very same night, she crept to my tent with the flashlight, and 9 years of innocence ended. She took me to the woods, saying, here comes something and it feels so good. And just like a dog, I was befriended. I was befriended. Ooh, what a night. Oh, what a garden of delight. Even now that sweet memory lingers. I was playing hunt, I was laying under the stars, playing my guitar, just thanking the Lord for my fingers, for my fingers. I know, yeah. I know, yeah. I was playing my guitar lying underneath the stars. So that was kind of fun. I don't know if I've done that with the loop before. That kind of felt nice. A little laid-back groove thing going. So let's do a quick check-in here while I do some tuning here. Do a quick tune. Tune first, you don't forget. That's my motto. Least you can do is start out in tune. Everything after that is gravy. So let's have a little bit of a roll call disco here, shall we? So who do we see? We see John Timaeus, and I would reckon that Amanda Pangle is along with him. We also have Kevin Kennedy. Good to see you. My lovely glass from you guys is right up here behind me, right above my right ear. I got Chris Riga. We have Allison Davidow. That is the correct pronunciation. 3/4 of a ding. Thank you, Mr. Kendall Rogers. Elliot Richmond. Hello. And there's Amanda. Good. Mr. Craig Scotland, and all who may sail on him. Let's see. Sia Beaton. Hey, Sia, how you doing? I played on an album that you recorded way back in the 90s, late 90s. David LeGrid, good to see you from Minneapolis. Thank you. I'm glad the looping's coming along, I think. We're getting better at it every day, I think. Who else do we have? Bambi. Hello, Bambi Parsons. Good to see. Dallas Stars are the hockey team. They used to be the Minneapolis North Stars, I believe, and they moved to Dallas because that makes lots of sense, because they have so much ice in Dallas. Kenny Burleson, hello. Hello, there's Jessica Kennedy. So we have the Kennedy Twain. That's very good. We have a full set. Karen Mullen is here, and I've got some requests coming up for Karen Mullen as we get to them. Jamie Lauriston, my sister from another mister, and anybody else. Looks like I think I've gotten through everybody. And we had a ding there for a second. I'm taking it. I saw it. I saw 20. Michelle Smith, I think, made the 20 ding. So we're going to do another song from the album here. And scene. So this is a song of Scottish pride that has a little bit to do, is a prominent reference to. Now I'm going to feel uncomfortable, to Elegant Balls. So. Woe your satins, your silks and your shawls, your soirees and your parties and your elegant balls, for a dance in the barns, or tin in the hall, when lads were reared among heather. Come all you young lasses, where hae you been? Say sleepy and drowsy, I can buy you een in all the wide world. You'll never find a friend like the lads who were reared among heather. Oh, wowie, your satin, your silks and shawls, your soirees and your parties and your elegant balls. For dance in the bars, for ten in the hall, with the lads who were reared among heather. Take a walk round your cities, from buildings outside, gaze on their splendors and wonder with pride. Our ships have been built on the banks of the Clyde by the lads who were reared among heather. Oh, wowie, your satins, your silks and shawls, your soirees and your parties and your elegant balls. For a dance in the bars, for ten in the halls, with the lads who were reared among heather. When the Queen needs some soldiers, she kens where to send, to the mountains and the valleys, the hills and the glens, with their bonnets and plaids, right true to the end. Pray the lads who were reared among heather. Oh, wowie, your satins, your silks and shawls, your soirees and your parties and your elegant balls. For a dance in the bars, worth ten in the hall, when the lads who were reared among heather. Now England can boast her sweet-scented rose, and Ireland can boast of the shamrock she grows. But give me the land where the clear water flows, and the mountains high cover we heather. Oh, wowie, your satins, your silks and shawls, your soirees and your parties and your elegant balls. For a dance in the bars, worth ten in the hall, with the lads who were reared among heather. Oh, wowie, your satins, your silks and shawls, your soirees and your parties and your elegant balls. For a dance in the bars, we're ten in the hall, with the lads who were reared among heather. There we are. So, hello, Susan Mahan. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And let's see. There's a conversation going on about expensive and money and such like that. So there's a quote, I think it's by Mae West, possibly. That might not be right, but it's something about it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. So not sure who said that, but it was probably Winston Churchill. He said everything. Oh, so now I've said Winston Churchill, so I need to do an aside because there's an actual Winston Churchill quote that is attributed to him, and the story is he was at some muckety muck gathering, and everybody's dressed up to the nines and stuff like that, and as usual, Sir Winston, well, he wasn't Sir Winston at the time, but Lord Winston was drinking rather heavily, smoking his cigars and drinking his brandy or cognac or whatever, and he was in a conversation, and one of the biddies in the conversation, the wife of somebody said, Sir Winston, you're drunk. And his response to her was, my dear, you are correct, but you are ugly, and tomorrow I will be sober. So, didn't say he was a very nice man. Hello, Allison Kraft Johnson. How you doing? You guys have a new album. We have a Silky Girl with us. Miss Allison, would you mind posting a link to where people can listen to and or purchase the brand new Selkie Girls album? Well, it's not brand new, I guess, anymore. I think it came out in March. But please share with us where to find that, and we would like to expand the circle, because if you like what I do, I think you'll also like what they do quite a bit. They do a wonderful version of the song about doing the wool. I can't remember the name for it, but it's in Gaelic, and it's really lovely. And it has and Martin McCall plays percussion for them, one of the finest percussionists of my ken. You ken Martin McCall? I do, and he's great. So, and it's Amy Larson. Good to see you, Amy Larson. So, welcome all. If I have not welcomed you by name, and you would like that, just say something, and I'll try to catch it as it comes up here. So, I put something new on my personal wish list. I redistributed some musical funds to acquire this setup that we have here that you've seen pictures of. If you're interested in what my feet are doing, I'll have to maybe someday I'll get like a separate foot cam, like a picture, and have it like come from the top so you can see what my feet are doing. That might be interesting to all two of you. But for this particular song and a couple other ones, I'm kind of thinking about getting a tenor banjo, because you can't sing a sad song playing banjo, although I'm sure I'll figure out a way to do it. But this next song, would go great with a tenor banjo. And it's tuned basically the same as a bouzouki or octave mandolin like I'm playing here, so I don't have to learn new chords or anything like that. So, and I thought it might be nice to add a different texture now and then. Sorry, musician joke. All right. The next song, the best way to channel this next song... No, I think my self-editor is kicking in. I must not have drunk enough, and I must not have had enough of my rusty nail yet, because I was going to say something rather lascivious and unpleasant, and I stopped myself. So stick around, and maybe later on I'll say it. But I will be channeling a particular physical arrangement for this next one, which means I better sit up straight. So here's another randomly selected song from the Great Golden Songbook. Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and and some choose to believe it, but I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Someone thought of that, someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. That's so amazing, that keeps us stargazing. And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of a sudden it's spell, know that it's probably magic. Have you been fast asleep? Have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? That voice may be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Da da dum da da dum dum, da da dum dum da dum da. Hi-ho. So the words I'm waiting for to know that my career has taken the correct kind of turns is, welcome to the Muppet Show and our very special guest, Mr. Wolf Losher. Ah! No. If we ever hear those words, you know, I can die a happy man. All right. So I think this is one of the songs requested by Miss Karen Mullen. And it also is one of the songs that came up on the request list. Let me double check here, so hold on. I don't want to falsify myself. Stand by while my very ancient iPad brings it up. No, this is not, in fact, one of the songs requested, but I'm going to do it anyway because it happens to be a favorite of the Howlers. So we're going to continue with that. Let's see. Anybody new? Brenna O'Leary, welcome. Richard Jones, welcome. And anybody else? Yeah, if you're looking for a really good light time, I think that the Muppet Show, like the old Muppet Show from like the early '80s, is maybe available for streaming. I've got some discs of it. If anybody knows if it's available for streaming, but talk about a panacea for these COVID times. The Muppet Show is some nice light viewing and still stands up, I think. Like I remember specifically the shows with Elton John and Julie Andrews. There's one with John Cleese. John Denver, I think, is on there. Steve Martin. The Steve Martin one is good, too. So if you're looking for something light to watch, I recommend the Muppet Show, the classic Muppet Show. There's also a new Muppet Show, which I watched a little bit of. It's pretty good. It's okay. It's for a new generation. And so I'm going to let them do that. But it really, I'm sorry, I can't get over the changed voice of Kermit. Kermit doesn't sound the same, and that's jarring for me, who spent, 40 years hearing that guy, Kermit, sound like Kermit. So, Jim Henson Malcolm, yeah. Speaking of Jim Malcolm, have you seen any of his, he does this thing where he does a tour for, Robert Burns tour, where he wears this absolutely hideous, well, I think they call it a wig. It looks more like a carpet remnant, to dress up as the Bard, and he dresses up as Robert Burns and sings the songs. And he's an amazing guitar player, singer, songwriter, human being, but boy, does he look a little, go check it out. Just Google, just go ahead and Google Jim Malcolm and Robert Burns, and you'll find something. So, oh, Linda Ronstadt's on the Muppets. Ooh, I don't know if I've seen the Linda Ronstadt episode, and there's still a Linda Ronstadt feature documentary that I haven't watched yet. So maybe that's something I might have to do later tonight at some point, because Linda Ronstadt's pretty amazing, and I'll just leave it at that for now, okay? But she's on the list. So so let's go on from here. We have a song about a man. Oh, there we go. Everybody drink. If you're new to the Howl, and anytime we get 20 people or more, when we notice it, somebody says ding or I ding, and we have a little sip of our adult beverage or whatever you're drinking. Doesn't matter. We celebrate the little victories as well as the large ones. So, you're significantly delayed, Mr. Kendall Rogers. Well, welcome. Greetings from the future. Then, it's good here. We have cookies. I'm gonna double check this tuning real quick. Now that I've sat around for a while, I think Mary Morong is celebrating her Hey Centennial birthday, and so a big shout out to Mary Morong in absentia. And she is a big aviation aficionado, and she likes this song, and so therefore we're going to send it out to her. Bill Hosey built a plane, a survivor from the Schneider Trophy race. Seemed like a nice old guy with his baseball cap and his sun-slit eyes. He took the airframe, motor, and wings and restored all the fabric, the floats and straps and things. And the shark on banana skis was heard to roar once more over Cornwall Sea. In the 27 Schneider race, it was a Supermarine that took first place. The year Bill Hosey was born, there was still tall ships sailing round Cape Horn. And the S5 Supermarine was the fastest seaplane the world had ever seen. Nearly 300 miles an hour, the Napier inline engine to give her power. And her daughters flew in World War II. Her pilots were known as the first of the few. The Battle of Britain raged, the Spitfire blades across a history page. But Bill only built a dream to haunt the skies with the ghost of a Supermarine. And she rose on the step again the spirit of a Schneider Trophy racing plane. She took to the cold spring air when Bill Hosey sitting in the pilot's chair. She banged along the Cornwall shore. Her tail broke away and she flew no more. She fell from a flight of grace the year they revived the Schneider Trophy race. And the Supermarine S5 was a plane that made Bill Hosey feel alive. 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 Oh, when will I be loved? That's it. I've been cheated and mistreated. When will I be loved? That's a great song. A song that I always kind of thought sounded like Linda Ronstadt, but isn't, is Playing with the Queen of Hearts. It's somebody else. But anyway. So there's Bill Hosey, another song from the new album. Oh, and we have a new song. Of a brand new song. Before I do a new song, I'm going to do one of Karen Mullen's requests. Actually, I'm going to do two of Karen Mullen's requests. There's a celebration for her sound lady daughter, who is celebrating 2 years sober, which doesn't... Here, hold on. Here's a glass of water. I will celebrate 2 years sober and give a toast to that. Token up. Way to go. To the sound lady, and 2 years celebrating at Jay Gilligan's, I believe, where I think that 2 years sober is Jay Gilligan's, 3 years sober is Olive Garden, 4 years sober is Red Lobster, and 5 years sober, I believe you celebrate at Buffalo Wild Wings. I may be wrong with that. Somebody check that on the Google. I don't know. Yeah, Playing with the Queen of Hearts. Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, it's a great song. I love that song. You know, I love a good, well-constructed pop song. Doesn't matter. It could be country in the country genre or the rock genre or the pop genre or whatever, or folk. You know, as long as it's got that, it's all about the construction. Somebody who like looked at the architecture of the song and built it in such a way, you know, that it's right. It's just right. So. Hey, Mr. Chris Riga, I can use a little bit less lip from you. I'm not doing the new song yet, okay? So, I only do new songs when current events impel me to, or I feel like it. So it's a pretty high bar, as you may imagine. But we're going to not do a 5 years at Five Guys. That's true. There's a great meme. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer eating a hamburger and saying, I don't really think this is made. I don't think there are any guys in here at all. Never mind five. Anyway, sorry. Very tasteless joke, but you're probably used to that if you're here. So. Thank you. Thank you, Allison Madsen. So Muppet Show available on... Some of it's available on Netflix, but if you have Disney Plus, it's probably there because they are now owned by the Disney juggernaut. So, yeah, I need to read a biography of Mr. Jim Henson because he was a pretty amazing guy. And if you think about the impact he had, I know he had a great impact on me, and I'm sure many of you out there as well. You know, that's what I would aspire to, is, being able to do what you do and have that vision and do it regardless of what anybody else says. And you're just so tenacious about it. You keep doing it, and eventually you find your audience, and that audience grows, and that audience grows. So, so I have a lot of appreciation for him. So we're going to do a request for Karen Mullen. Let me find it here. This is one that I actually know the words to, but I'm unfortunately have been now trained to the iPad, and when I don't have it, I tend to get messed up. So there's that. So this is a song that I wrote about being in a bagpipe band, and since it's going to take me a minute to tune and get the loop started, and you guys have, I think, heard all of my introductory stories about this. I have like 3 of them that I alternate depending on the audience. But I think you've heard all of them. So if you have a question about this song and would like to be enlightened, let me know. Put it in the comments, and I will respond to your question about this song that I wrote and that my brother helped me with. So he gets a co-writing credit for helping me edit this down. But I think this is my very first song that I actually completed 100%. Let's put that there. All right. So we have a new loop to go. Let me check on the questions here. Yes, that's right. Jiggernaut. As soon as I left the band, Jiggernaut got hired to play Disney World, and I am bitter. I really am, because although that was, my kids were too young, but hopefully we get that opportunity again, because that would be the bee's knees, the wasp's nipples, to play Disney World, and be able to take my kids and like have the backstage passes and stuff like that. So yeah. And a local piper, Ben, I've forgotten his last name right now, but a local Denver piper actually filled in, I believe. So let me go ahead and get the loop started, and then I'll check out the comments to see if there's any comments about this next particular song. I forget that I don't know how to play Barra on that one. At some point I'll have to fix that. Alright, now that we got the groove going, let's see if there's any comments, any questions I can answer while the groove's going. The new product. Well, yes, I'm using the new Chris Riga inspired, Ren Riga probably delivered, I don't know, between the Rigai, they sent me some mousse. I'm not used to using it, so I don't know how it's working out. I'm not sure about the whole hair thing, It's a long discussion for another time, probably not for the introduction of this particular song. Maybe that's an aside. It can go to like a separate Howler hair product, discussion group or something like that. Good night, Saigon. Allison, that's a great request. I have a lot on my plate tonight, and that one is a bit of a reach. So let me do that on Tuesday when I have a chance to refresh my memory on it, okay? So we'll do that. Let's see. Hello, Marcy Brooks. Good to see you from Minneapolis. Good to see you. Hey, Marcy, would you share a link to your picture of George Floyd? Can you share a picture, share a link to that? Because Marcy did a great illustration of George Floyd, and I need to buy one, and I haven't done it yet. It needs to go up on my wall up here, so remind me to do that. Cat's pajamas, okay. Fur-lined feline footies, Saturday night. Sometimes, Kendall, I don't get you, but I'm out of context usually. Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, then God bless you. Speaking of the Muppets, how have I managed to misplace my pick? That's really bad. Oh well. Another day on the thin red line between the present and the past. My feet they hurt, my shoulder is numb, but they say this too shall pass. Ouch. The women they blush, the old men cry, and the children they run away. The dogs now howling somewhere down the street as the pipes begin to play Amazing Grace. Get old lang syne, my friend, and the low road never ends. Will you know come back again? Well, I started out young and I practiced real hard to try to make it great. But now I'm older, all I'm thinking about is getting through this damn parade. Yet still I return again and again, though the novelty has died. Is it the machismo, the leather, or the lukewarm beer, or something deeper down inside like Amazing Grace? Again, old lang syne, my friend, and the low road never ends. Well, no, come back again. Take a candle. Endless competition, piling games, the songs remain the same. The tartan and the shortbread and the single malt and the Mac before the name. Mighty influential for a backwards place on the edge of the third world. Strange how everyone becomes a Scot when the pipes begin to skirl to Amazing Grace. Get old lang syne, my friend, and the low road it never ends. Will you know come back again? We won't win any prizes for deportment. When all is said and done, I'll become my best self when I'm strapping on that drum. So we'll put up with the jokes, the fateful stares, for this noise would curdle stones. Stand by the right, and we're heroes again, and the pipes kick in the drones to Amazing Grace. Again, old lang syne, my friend, and the low road never ends. Well, you know, come back again, Amazing Grace. Again, old lang resign, my friend. And the low road it never ends. Well, you know I'll come back again. Amazing. How sweet the sound, they say, rich like me. I was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see. There we go. Request for Karen Mullen. Oh, before I get that off. So we had another request tonight. We have more fallen, what we want to call it, missing in action. I don't know. We'll have more absent friends. So I had a request for absent friends. Found my pick. It was carefully camouflaged. The light gray pick was carefully camouflaged against the very dark blue of the solar system rug that I stole from my son. So I don't know. What you gonna do? So, hey, Cynthia Economos. Good to see you. Well, hey, Cynthia Economos is here. I would like to also dedicate this to the passing of your dad. I have several memories of Mr. Economos. Some of them are favorable. Some of them were just terrifying. But I grew up next door to the Economoses, although we used to call them in plural economi. Anyway, good to see you, Cynthia, and I'm sorry for the loss of your father. Having gone through the loss of a father, it's a pretty big thing. So thinking about you right now. And this also goes out to Allison. Karen Mullen, excuse me. So this is a good time. If you don't already have a beverage, go get one, because there's a toast at the end. So we want to remember favorably all the people that we have lost in various ways recently. So go ahead and get your beverage ready for that last verse where there's the toast. And this is by my lovely and absent friend, Deanna Smith Scotland, wife of the inimitable Craig Scotland, who is online with us. And so it's that, remember that what we have right now is not permanent. Everything is in flux. So appreciate the people that you have around you. Tell them, there's a meme, like tell your friends and people around you that you love them. Make it feel uncomfortable, which is really easy for people from Minnesota, but people who are a bit more reticent. So there's no time like right now, like right this moment, to just send a note out to somebody and say, hey, just so you know, I really appreciate you, okay? Because I appreciate all of you for being here tonight. And so here's a very good, wonderful original song by my friend Deanna Smith Scotland. Safe home, my friend, fare thee well. Where this road will lead us, only time can tell. But we'll travel on together, just for a little while. And when it's time to part, I'll leave you with a smile. There's music in the corner and laughter on the air. We will meet in love and friendship, sure your spirit will be there. So we'll open up a bottle and leave the angels share, and remember absent friends. Heartstrings tied with soft silken cords, time's a luxury that few men can afford. Your memories are my treasures, I'll keep them all my days. You have changed me in a million little ways. There's music in the corner and laughter on the air. We will meet in love and friendship, sure your spirit will be there. So we'll open up a bottle and leave the angels share, and remember absent friends. Now it's time, my friend, to move on, but in hearts that truly love you, you are never really gone. You're the breeze that blows around us, the moon that lights the sky. With joy and tears, we bid you now goodbye. There's music in the corner and laughter on the air. We will meet in love and friendship, sure your spirit will be there. So we'll open up a bottle and leave the angels share, and remember absent friends. Here's a toast to absent friends. Raise your glass to absent friends. Cheers. Yeah, I see there's some comments about the way different nationalities stereotypically process emotion or fail to process emotion. Oh, hello, Stephen Quillen. How are you doing, my friend? I haven't checked in with you lately. I owe you a call, so maybe I'll give you a call tomorrow. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Mr. Stephen Quillen of the North Carolina Quillens. I being German, Teutonic, which I often thought what meant you have a gin and tonic both in both hands, like you're a double-fisted drinker. But being Teutonic, one of the Teutonic races, my examples of processing emotion were not excellent. It was very much the stoic, and the problem with that, and I've had to deal with this in my lifetime, is when you're stoic, is eventually that pressure valve just blows off, and with sometimes toxic side effects. So I've had to work on that a good portion of my life, is releasing and expressing those things that you're thinking and feeling as they happen. My wife, who is of Italian and Irish ancestry, their family, their pattern is just blow up whenever things happen. It's like, and then everything's processed and everything's fine. And the problem with that is how it reacted with me is like, she would say, "Oh, you let the toilet seat up," and I would feel shame. And that shame would go on for like a good 24 hours. And and Christina had already processed that, and it's already overdone with gone. And like she'd say, "What's wrong with you? Why are you down?" "I left the toilet seat up. I feel shame." And that sort of thing. Yeah, I think you feel me. But to the point that I've had to have this discussion with my children, because part of being a parent is, do one better than was there before, as the song "May I Suggest" is, to be one better than you had before, trying to improve on. I'm making my own mistakes, and I know that they're going to flaw my children and require processing. But at least I want to create new and original and interesting and unique mistakes. So I have to tell my kids, it's like, I can be angry or upset at you and love you still. They're not mutually exclusive. Sometimes we get upset at people, but that doesn't mean the love stops. There's unconditional love for your children, and sometimes I'm going to get really pissed off at that stuff you do. But I still love you. I love you. I don't love your behavior. So it's that differentiation between who you are as a person and what you do, your behavior. I want your behavior to change. I don't want you to change as a person. So there's my aside for now. Okay, come on. We got what? Oh, I thought it was 19, but I can't quite see the number. So need two more. Mr. Dragonbeard Meyer. Hey, Jake, good to see you. And Lawrence Whitten. Good to see you, too. These are some new names that I have not seen pop up lately, and maybe they have. I just haven't seen them. So welcome to anybody who is brand new or is returning. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks for spending part of your Saturday night here. We hope this makes you feel like you're out and having a good time when you're actually sitting on your sofa in your pajamas, which I would be doing, and I'll probably do that. We'll do a pajama thing. Speaking of pajamas and costuming, next Saturday the 19th, it's officially Talk Like a Pirate Day. So I figure we're going to have a special Saturday Sing Like a Pirate Howl. And I'm going to do all maritime and sea shanties and ocean-related songs. And I may or may not dress festively, and Impossible Girl, my daughter Impossible Girl, may or may not make an appearance. So there's that. So I'm going to go on from there. So that was the two songs for Karen Mullen. And now I'm going to go back to my set list, which is over here. Oh, and we're going to go do a new song. And yes, this is number 51 on the new songs. Thank you, Chris Riga. Smart ass. Yes, White Squall is on my list, but I haven't learned it yet. Sorry. Okay. Oh, Clan Young, Milwaukee. That's right. Clan Young, we ride sheep. Sorry, that's a throwback to the early 2000s when I would go up to Milwaukee Irish Fest to play with Deanna's band, Free Whiskey. And Craig and I would be on stage with John on guitar and John on fiddle and a few other people, and get to hang out with a lot of cool people and play at a wonderful festival. So let me see. There seems to be a comment of record here. Let me hold on a second. Let me read this. Oh, I have to click on see more. Okay, so I'm responding to Chris Riga's comment about, no matter how hard you try, you can't escape the mistakes. What's in your DNA or what's in your nurture versus nature, whatever. The other thing I'll mention at this time is, so my father was a very capable guy. He was born and raised in Germany. He came over after World War II when he was about 16, 18. And because of his experiences in the war and that displacement, being a displaced person, he was a displaced persons camp for a while, his whole family, and then came over to Michigan area. Um, for him, it was all about survival. That's what he learned at that very core age: is survive, do what you need to survive. Happiness is too much to ask for. And this is the phrase in the Loescher family: happiness is not on the menu. If you're going to survive, then that's enough. And being of of an entitled stock, white American upper middle class, whatever, in growing up, it's a really weird thing to say. Oh, you have all these advantages, and yet happiness is still not on the menu, and that's going to twist you. Okay, fair enough. Um, but I can't get from where I was going from where I went. Sorry about that. This does not surprise you. You've been here before. So the thing was that my father was very particular, and I think I got some of my OCD from him. It's very mild OCD, but it's still definitely there, or perfectionism, something like that. And so I was in his way of interacting with his male children was Indian guides. And by being in Indian guides, which was something he was very interested in, being from Germany, he read these books when he was growing up about the American West and Texas and Arizona and New Mexico, and that's a big thing to Germans. And so Indian guides is this YMCA thing where you dress up like Native Americans, and in his case, play a lot of poker and get drunk and ignore your children, but still under the aegis of, hey, I'm paying quality time with my children. Sorry, got a little bit real there. So we'd have these tasks, these projects for Indian guides, where you had to create this project, and one was take one of those big old coffee cans, like Folgers or whatever the blue one was. I don't remember what the blue one was, but the big, like the size of your head coffee cans, and make a totem out of it that represents your family. And then when the tribe, the Indian tribe, would go out to their camping things every once a quarter or whatever, you'd put a stick in the ground and put all these coffee cans on them and stack them, and it looked like a totem pole. And each one was individual and represented each family that was in the tribe. So there's that one, and then there's another one, which is another project was a coup stick, when you count coup. Anyway, so these projects, you're supposed to work with alongside the child and make these strong connections and bond, right? Most of these projects, at least for me, and I don't know for my brother also did that, my older brother, it involved, like, for the first 5 minutes, it's like, okay, here's the project. Where's your sharp number 2 pencil? We need talking paper. We need to draw a sketch. We draw a sketch, and then we do the prototype, and then why did my father all suddenly start sounding like Russian? Anyway, my father was not Russian. He was German. And so, he diagrammed this out and stuff. And by that time, I was over in the corner playing in the dirt with, like, nails or something. Whatever I was doing, and he was very meticulously graphing this out and doing this project, and it looked amazing, and I had absolutely nothing to do with it. And so the way this all comes back is that, having to do science projects with my children, it's like, okay, let's do a science project, and it's due tomorrow. Okay, you didn't tell me it was due tomorrow, but okay, we've got 4 hours before you're supposed to be in bed. We're probably 2, and so now we have to do the science project. Okay, let's do it. And boy, did I have to fight against that. Hey, piss off. Go play in the corner with the dirt and the nails, and I'll do this project, and it'll be awesome, and we'll be proud of it, and you'll have nothing to do with it. And I think I'd give myself about maybe a C on removing myself from that particular upbringing thing. But wow, I've certainly digressed, haven't I? Maxwell House. Yes, thank you, Jamie. Exactly, Maxwell House. Thank you. Can I sing Dankeschön? I could, but you wouldn't want me to. At least not until we all have several more of these. I'm going to do a new song because something came up in the news. A certain commander in thief who's not too socially aware. And I swear to God, he's not a stupid person, so he must be doing this on purpose. It's like the troll in chief is what I'm going to start calling him. And I need to do some drums to this, so hold on, stand by. Let me see what the drums I have here. I'm just going to use this one. Screw it. Let's go with it. So the troll in chief used this song as a introductory song in one of his clan rallies, and there's a blogger who I follow that says something very unpleasant, but just the guy is so clue free. But maybe his clue freeness is just to trigger the libs, which I consider myself triggered. Some folks are born, made to wave the flag. Oh, they're red, white, and blue. When the band plays Hail to the Chief, they point the cannon at you, Lord. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no senator's son. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one, Lord, no. Some folks are born silver spoon in hand. Lord, they don't help themselves. But when the tax man comes to the door, oh, the house looks like a rummage sale. Lord, Lord, it ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no millionaire's son. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Some folks inherit star-spangled eyes. Oh, they send them down to war. When you ask them how much should we give, they only say more, more, more. Ain't I me? It ain't me. I ain't no military son. Lord, Lord, it ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no military son, Lord. It ain't me, it ain't me. I ain't no fortunate one. Little Creedence Clearwater Revival there from the early 70s. So let me see. Oh, that's awfully nice, Cynthia. That's really nice that I can connect with your children in that way. That's awesome. So thanks. Thanks for letting me know about that. Thanks, Cynthia. She also knew my father. My father was very iconic, and he really had an influence on the people around him. and I don't think I will have that same impact. But he was really larger than life in many ways, and part of it was the experiences he went through, which I have not. But thank you, Cynthia, for that. That's nice to hear. Yeah, Folgers was red. Maxwell House was blue. All right, so so that was the one new song for evening. Here's another new song. I'm hesitant to do this. I'm really excited about this song. I found this in my randomized Amazon Music listening as I was walking the dog one day. It's a song from Solus, and it's about mining. And it has all the basic ingredients of a good song for me to do. It has esoteric references to mining technology. It's kind of screw the man. It's up with the worker, and it involves high explosives. So really, it has all the major elements that I look for in a song. So I'm going to try it and see how it goes. And this is the first time, and it will develop over time. Thank you, Jamie. I'm glad I've had a positive impact on your life. I appreciate that, as you have on mine. So this is a song written by Seamus Egan and some other guy who I can't remember his name right now, and I'm not inclined to go and push buttons to make it happen. But I'm going to go out on a limb and do this one, brand new one for you. I think I'm going to try it with looping, because I think it'll sound better with some support to it. You're going to want to stick around, by the way, because I got another new one which people have been asking for a while. Not just one that I pulled out of my back pocket because I felt like it, but people actually have requested this one, and it was a bit of a learning curve, but I learned it, so you're going to want to stick around. Trust me. All right. So, you need a drum loop for this one. Stand by. And by the way, some of you are new, I think, on here. And if you have questions about what I'm doing is looping, where I play a pattern, and then I basically record that short drum pattern, and then I play against it. So it's. But if you have questions about it, please let me know, and I will be more open about it. Man, this thing didn't really work at all, did it? Sorry. This is you don't care. Let me get my head in the right space for this song. Okay. Boy, just not at all. Hold on. I have to have a moment here. Nope. Got to remove the other loop. Sorry. Redo that one. miner, I'll mine for 7 more. No better man on earth to move that mountain floor. So low up in the chippy, it drops down every day. No braver man on earth, boys, no matter what they say. So tell God and the devil they can try, but today's not gonna be the day we die. Don't wanna see those helmet men come to carry you. The ground so cold and hot above, they can't even bury you. So tap, tap, tap her lightly as she goes. Better take some cover now and hide before she blows. Just get those bricks and shovels off your backs. Get the rocks into the box and down the tracks. There's muckers and there's miners, there's flippers on the drill. They'll work all day and night, boys, like only miners will. They'll chase rebellious copper, the walls you pick and hack. Don't worry if you're digging scares, the miners got your back. So God and the devil, they can try, but today won't be the day that we die. God can't fetch you down here, and the devil's got your name. Your life hangs in the balance on this fragile human chain. And when your spirit's waning, and the fear is yours to tame, you feel the darkness closing in, turn up your carbide flame. Tell God and the devil they can try, but today's not gonna be the day we die. So tell God and the devil they can try, but the day's not gonna be the day we die. All right, here's a brand new one. Still needs a little bit of work, but a little bit fast, but it's going to get there. Yeah, Chris Riga, hashtag, it's true. Rovin Dies Hard, requested by Allison Davidow. Okay, yes, I think we could do that. I think I'm close to the end. Oh, I've got two more that I had prepared to do. And then some of you remember Rovin Dies Hard, and there's another, I think, a couple requests that Karen Mullen had. But this next one goes out to Mr. Sorry, let me tune first before I do the loop. This one goes out to my good friend Kendall Rogers, who was kind enough to appear on my brand new album. If you don't already have it, it's available on Bandcamp. Or if you message me or email me, I'll just send you a copy. You can pay me via Venmo or PayPal. But this song is not on the album, but maybe it'll be on a live album that I'll release at some point when I can do that. So my just as an FYI aside, my last cancer treatment is in late October. I hate it when I try to tune the string and then I'm turning the wrong knob. You said knob. So I've got an opportunity to play at the Mucky Duck, McGonagall's Mucky Duck. They do a lovely live stream program, And so after I get done with all my cancer treatments, I was thinking of going down to Houston to do that probably in November. So I will let you know as soon as I go ahead and get that set up. But maybe what I can do is by that time, things will sound good, and maybe I can use that particular, I can do it on a Howl night, hopefully. So I'll do a Howl from the Mucky Duck in Houston, and maybe we can make that our live album. And maybe just send that out just to the Howlers or something like that. I don't know. All right, so now we need some percussion on this one. Whack. All right, so as I said, you're going to want to stick around. You're going to want to stick around. Despite the fact that I've been, doing this open counseling session here, Chris Riga said knob. All right, so let's do this one. Yeah, let's redo that one. I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. An old backwards town, it's oft I remember. So many times my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's cold tray is hauled away. Well, sometimes we travel down by the Green River, there's an abandoned old prison down by every hill. The air smell like snakes and we shoot off our pistols. Empty 5 bottles is all we can kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. The Peabody's cold tray is hauled away. Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber, they stripped all the land. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken, pulled it all down to the progress of man. Well, Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River, paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal tray is hauled away. When I die, let my ashes float down the Green River, and my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is slowly on way. All right. And with that, we'll move on to something that's brand new. This is the request that has been hanging out there. And here's what you might call the virgin performance of such. And it goes a little something like this. You're going to have to be gentle with me on this one. This is my first time. My first time. So, but you can say you were there for Wolf's first time. Well, I remember every little thing as if it happened only yesterday. Parking by the lake, not another car inside. And I never had a girl looking any better than you did. Sorry, I'm gonna do that again. And I never had a girl looking any better than you did. And all the kids at school, they were wishing me to be that night. And our bodies were closed, so held and tight. I never felt so good, it never felt so right. And we're glowing like the metal on the edge of the night. Glowing on the edge like the edge of a knife. Come on, hold on tight. Oh, come on, hold on tight. Oh, it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night. I can see paradise by the dashboard light. Ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. We were doubly blessed. 'Cause we were barely 17 and we were barely dressed. Ain't no doubt about it. Baby, gotta go and shout it. Ain't no doubt about it. We were doubly blessed. 'Cause we were barely 17 and we were barely dressed. Baby, don't you know my heart? You got it drowning out the radio. I've been waiting so long for you to come and have some fun. Well, I gotta let you know you're ever gonna regret it. So So open up your eyes, got a big surprise. Feel alright, I wanna make your motor run. It never felt so good, it never felt so right. Now our bodies are oh so close and tight. And you're glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Come on, hold on tight. Come on, hold on tight. Oh, it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night. I can see paradise by the dashboard light. Though it's cold and lonely in the deep dark night, I can see paradise by the dashboard light. You gotta do what you can and let Mother Nature do the rest. Ain't no doubt about it, we were doubly blessed. 'Cause we were barely 17 and we were very dressed. We're gonna go all the way tonight, we're gonna go all the way tonight. We're gonna go all the way tonight, we're gonna go all the way tonight. So now, this is the next part. Hold on. Nope. Let's try that again. That doesn't sound right. Stand by. Sorry. I said be gentle. Here we go. You ready? Okay, we got a real pressure cooker here. Wrong setting. Okay, here we go. We got a real pressure cooker going here. That's not the right setting. Hold on. Check 1, 2. That doesn't sound right.
Okay, here we go. We got a real pressure cooker going. Yeah, 2 down, nobody on, no score, bottom of the 9th. There's the window, and there it is, the wind up. A line shot up the middle. Look at him go. This boy can really fly. He's rounding first and really turning it on now. He's not letting up at all. He's going to try for second. The ball's bobbled out in center, and here comes the throw. And what a throw. He's going to slide in and head first. Here he comes. He's out. Oh, no, wait. He's safe. Safe at second base. The kid really makes things happen out there. Batter steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch. He's going, and what a jump he's got. He's trying for third. Here's the throw. It's in the dirt. Safe at third. Holy cow. Stolen base. He's taking a pretty big lead out there. Almost daring him to try to kick him off. The pitcher glances over, winds up, and it's bunted. Bunted down the third baseline. The suicide squeeze is on. Here he comes. Squeeze play. It's gonna be close. Play is on. It's gonna be close. Here's the throw. Here's the play. Here's the play at the plate. Holy cow! I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna make it. Stop right there.
Stop right there. I gotta know right now. Helps you turn the guitar back on. Before we go any further, do you love me? Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? You'll never leave me. Will you make me so happy for the rest of your life? Will you take me away? Will you make me your life? I gotta know right now. Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of your life? Will you take me away? Will you make me your wife? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll give you my answer in the morning. Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll give my answer in the morning. I gotta know right now. Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away? Will you make me your wife? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll give you my answer in the morning. Gotta know right now, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Will you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? You take me away, will you make me your wife? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Let me sleep on it. You love me forever. Will you sleep on it? Let me love you forever. I couldn't take it any longer, Lord, I was crazed. I was feeling coming over like a tidal wave. Started raring on the God and my mother's grave that I would love you to the end of time. I swore I'd love you to the end of time. So I'm waiting for the end of time to hurry up and arrive. 'Cause if I gotta spend another minute with you, I don't think I could nearly survive. I'll never break my promise or forget my vow, but God only knows that I could do it right now. Praying for the end of time, that's all I can do. Ooh, ooh. Praying for the end of time, so I can end my time with you. It was long ago and it was far away. It was so much better than yesterday. Long ago and it was far away. So much better than yesterday. Never felt so good, it never felt so right. Glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. When it felt so good, it felt so right. Glowing like the metal on the edge. Oh, it's cold and lonely in a deep dark night. I can see paradise by the dashboard light. All right. That was quite the expedition. Okay, so yeah, Allison, that's a very confusing song. If you don't know the source material, you were probably completely at sea. And you'll have to forgive me because now I'll do Roving Dice Hard because you requested it. So let's go to that. Stand by. Brian McNeil song. So yeah, that could have gone better, but it could have gone worse too. I think I'll go ahead and do a new loop for this one. Yeah, if you didn't recognize it, then that last one, then that's a bad thing. It was Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf. That had been requested as a mashup with Paradise, but there it is. All right, so we have a song by Mr. Brian McNeil. Somebody posted on Facebook, it's like, if there's one song you wish you could have written, what song would it be? And this is the song that I said. My name's John Mackenzie, I'm a master at arms. I'll carry my sword and my shield on my shoulder. I fought every fight, from the Dante, the Danube, none braver, none better, none bolder. I've stood with Montrose and against him. I've battled with Swedes and with Danes. And I've carried the standard from many's the army, from many's the bloody campaign. But now as I sit in the firelight it seems as a distant horizon to the sword bucklers gleam, till I pull at the wine, drink an old soldier's dreams from afar. Oh, the roving dies hard. I'm Callum McClay, I'm a trapper by trade. It's 40 long years since I sought over Moray. Through Canada's forest I've carried my blade, and if pine trees could tell you my story. Now my wandering days, they are over, and I'm thankful to still be alive. Of many's the kinsmen who died in the hulks at the end of the 445. I've an Indian lass, now I'll never deceive her. But there's times when I'd up with my gun and I'd leave her for the land where the bear and the fox and the beaver are low. Oh, the roving dies hard. My name's Robert Johnson, I'm a man of the cloth, and I'll carry my Bible as long as I'm breathing. I'll preach the Lord gospel from Shanghai to Glasgow, wherein he saw fit to make heathens. But now the Kirk's calling me homeward. It's the manse and the elders for me, and the sins of the session will no be so far. Bring the sins of the South China Sea. And perhaps it's the voice of the devil I've heard, for it speaks of the clipper ships flying like birds. Till the man's only comfort is the scripture and the word of the Lord. Oh, the roving dies hard. My name's Willie Campbell, I'm a ship's engineer, and I know every berth between Lisbon and Largo. I've sweated mare diesel in 35 years, and a big tanker takes for a cargo. The good times I've always had plenty, and the whiskey and the women were wild. And as many's the Wayne with the red locks of the Campbells who's ne'er seen the coast of Argyle. But now as the freighters unload on the quay, the sound of the engines is calling to me, and it sings to me a song of the sun and the sea and the stars. For the roving dies hard. I've tuned up my fiddle, I've rosined my bow, I've sung on the clans and the clear crystal fountains. I can tell you the road and the miles to Dundee, to the back of Alaska's wild mountains. But my traveling days, they are over, and the next of the rovers has come. He'll take all the songs and he'll sing them again to the beat of a different drum. And if ever I'm asked why the Scots are beguiled, I'll lift up my glass in a health and I'll smile, and I'll tell them the fortune dealt Scotland the wildest of cards. For the roving dies hard. There we go. Roving dies hard. Hello, Paula Irwin. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday night. Good to see you. Thank you for the obligatory German national joke there, Mr. Kendall Rogers. All right. So I also need to find, there was a couple other Karen Mullen requests. Let me see what those were. We got, Free in the Harbor and Summer. So Free in the Harbor and Summer are on the list here. So let's go to those. So a Stan Rogers song, Free in the Harbor, from the album. Let me find that here. We've had a lot of looping tonight, so let's go without looping on this one. And go to here. And completely surrounded by no rusty nails. That's okay. I've got water. It's all right. So here's a song from the new album. I sound very loud to myself. I might need to turn down that microphone a little bit. I think I will do that. Just a tweak. Just a tweak. Try not to make sure I don't overload. So, here's a Stan Rogers song about, about industries that have moved on. Well, it's blackfish that play in Hermitage Bay, from push through across to Bois Island. They broach and they spout, lift their flukes out, and they wave at a town that is dying. Now it's many in the boats that plying on the foe, hauling away, but there's many more fellas been leaving their homes where the whales make free in the harbor. It's at Portage in Maine. You'll see them again on their way to the hills of Alberta, with lopsided grins. They'll waggle their chins and they'll brag of the wage they'll be earning. And it's quick pull string, boys, and get the tool out. Haul it away, haul it away. Just 2 years ago you could hear the same shout where the whales make free in the harbor. Free in the harbor, the blackfish are sporting again. Free in the harbor, untroubled by comings and goings of men who once did pursue them as oil from the sea. Hauling away, now the Calgary roughnecks from Hermitage Bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. It's a living they found deep in the ground. If there's doubts, it's best they ignore them. They think on the bones, the crosses and stones of their fathers who came there before them. And in the taverns of Edmonton, fishermen shout, haul it away, haul it away. They live 300 years buried up by the bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. In the harbor, the blackfish are sporting again. Free in the harbor, untroubled by comings and goings of men who once did pursue them as oil from the sea. Sorry. Who once did pursue them as oil from the sea. Hauling away, now the Calgary roughnecks from Hermitage Bay, where the whales make free in the harbor. Free in the harbor again. Whack. Okay, this is the time where we do a little bit of creative hairstyling here. Try to get this stuff to stay on my goddamn face. Okay, okay. So we'll skip summer. Thank you, Karen. We'll skip summer. And we'll finish off with boat by request. So let me bring that up here, and then we'll. It's been quite a long evening. I don't have the time, but I think we've been doing at least a couple of hours. So I think it is time for me to go and go and tend to my family. So, let me get in tune first, and then we'll do the loop, and then we'll move on from there. Thank you again for being here on a Saturday night. It's an extended Howl session with some new stuff. Thank you for your support and your patience, and look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. And as always, I'm gonna do a pre-goodbye. As always, wear your masks. Stay home if you can. Wear your masks if you go outside. Wear them properly. Come back, wash your hands. Be excellent to each other. If I had a boat, go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, ride him on my boat. We could all together go out on the ocean. I said, be a pony on my boat. Now if I were Roy Rogers, sure enough be single, could bring myself to marry an old Dale. It would just be me and Trigger, go riding through their movies. We'd buy a boat, and on the sea we'd sail. And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, riding on my boat, we could all together go out on the ocean. I said, be a pony on my boat. Mystery masked man was smart. He got himself a Tonto, 'cause Tonto did the dirty work for free. But Tonto, he was smarter. One day said, Kemosabe, kiss my ass, I bought a boat, I'm going out to sea. And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride on my boat. We could all together ride out on the ocean. I said, be a pony on my boat. If I were like lightning, I wouldn't need no sneakers. Come and go whenever I would please. I'd scare 'em by the shade tree, and I'd scare 'em by the light pole. I would not scare my pony on my boat out on the sea. If I had a boat, go out on the ocean. If I had a pony, ride on my boat and then go on together. Go out on the ocean. I said, be a pony on my boat. And if I had a boat, I'd go out on the ocean. And if I had a pony, I'd ride him on my boat. And we could all together go out on the ocean. I said, be a pony on my boat. I said, be a pony on my boat. Slightly different feel to it. All right. Das Boat. Thank you so much for being with me on a Saturday night. I hope you had a good time, enjoyed yourself. I certainly did. And I look forward to seeing you, same wolf time, same wolf channel, on Tuesday. Be excellent to each other, and we'll see you very soon. Peace out.